G'day everyone, Matt from Overland Travellers here. In this video, we're going to be running through the Headspace roof conversion. We're going to give you an update of how it's been going. We've had it for about 3 months now, and we've taken it to some of the most remote and rugged parts of Australia. We've slept in it for about 100 nights, and I just want to run through some of the issues that we have had with it, some of the solutions for those issues, and also the fact that the one that's on the car right now isn't even the one that we started with. So you might not have even noticed that this is a new conversion, but this is actually 40 mil higher. This is 40 mil higher than the standard. It's just the top cap that has been changed. The bottom cap is still the same. So I'm going to run through why we changed it over and the added advantages of having that higher top. So one of the most asked about products on our car has been the Headspace roof conversion, how it's held up after our 3-month trip across the Canning Stock Route, Simpson Desert, Pilbara, all some really rough areas of Australia. We've slept in it for about 100 nights, so I think we've got a really good feel for the conversion now and how it's held up. Obviously, a lot of people have ordered this conversion and they're just really curious to know how it's holding up. It's a big purchase, you know, you're looking at around $20,000 for the more premium model. So it's a massive investment, and obviously people want it to work and last the test of time. So this is quite a new product to the market when we got it on. It's gone through some updates since we've had it, some improvements, and the owner has been really receptive to feedback and fixing the issues that we had and just refining the product in general. Issues on these conversions aren't unique just to the Headspace conversion. I personally know people with pretty much every conversion that you can get out there, and I personally know that these people have had issues with pretty much every single conversion in some way, shape or form. So it's not unique to just this product, but they are being rectified. The owner definitely wants to fix these issues. So I'm going to run through the issues that we had and the solutions for them, because some of the issues I believe were sort of my fault. Some of the issues that we have had have been completely rectified on the newer models of the conversion. So one of the first problems that we had with our conversion was the fact that the latches broke. They broke in the Canning Stock Route. A bit of an issue though, the latches are having some issues. So this one on this side, this latch has come off, and on this side, the bolt is sheared off in the riv nuts. And I think it was a pretty common issue for some of the first iterations of the conversion that a few people had. It has been completely fixed now. The latches are completely different. It's more of a toggle latch system. They're much stronger, and it's pretty common hardware. So if you did have a bit of a failure again, which we haven't had yet, but if you did, you could probably get the hardware at a hardware shop, pretty basic stuff, which is pretty easy to find on the road. So I don't think the latches are an issue anymore, and I think they've been rectified. So probably one of the more major issues that we had on the previous conversion was some small cracks appeared up the front where the original roof is affixed to the top cap, which resulted in some leaks when it rained. Now, there's probably a lot of alarm bells ringing for people who have the conversion or have ordered it, and they're thinking, oh no, leaks, that's about as bad as it gets. But just let me explain the situation and how I think those cracks appeared and the solution for it. So with the slim version, the standard mattress in there is 75 mil. Now, I tried that standard mattress out, and to be honest, I did not find it particularly comfortable. And one of the main things that I've always said about a sleeping setup is get the most comfortable setup that you can possibly have. If you go back to our old setups, the Hilux, our King's Cracky tent, it had a really, really thick mattress in there. We shoved the thickest mattress that we could possibly fit in there. So despite being a very poor quality tent, we actually had a very comfortable night's sleep in it. When we moved to the Camp King Industries rooftop tent on Elsey, that was a far superior product, and we put an extra mattress in there. So we had about 150 mil, I think, all up of mattress in there, and we had the same bed topper that we have at home in there. It was very, very comfortable. So when we moved to this, and it was only a 75 mil mattress, I knew I wanted to sort of change it up straight away because it wasn't working. Because the original roof is so slim, we couldn't really fit another topper in there. So what my solution was to get a semi-inflatable mattress, which is a foam mattress, but you open up valves, air goes in and it inflates. And then I had a topper on top of that. So the thinking was that I would suck the air out of that mattress on the bottom every morning, which would make it really, really quite thin. And then I had that 50mm topper on top. So when it was inflated, it was about 150mm, and when it was deflated, it should have been around 75mm, which was the stock thickness. But of course, the specifications on that inflatable, semi-inflatable mattress, probably they lied a bit on the packaging. And when you sucked it down, I don't think it was quite 25mm, it was thicker. What that resulted in is when we were closing the roof was a lot of pressure on the roof. We had to really, really shove that roof down to close it and put a lot of force and pressure on it. And I think that resulted in the cracks up the front. If you've got that pressure at the front hinge, you've just got to expect that, you know, it wasn't a stock thing. It wasn't the original design, what the original design was meant to be made for, which resulted in those cracks, which resulted in the leaks. It was a bit of a bummer. It was probably a bit silly of us to be trying to shove that much mattress in there. Pretty much I liaised with Oliver, the owner of Headspace, and he said, look, I've been thinking about doing a high top version of the roof. So this one is another 40mm higher on top of the conversion that we originally had. Since we have got this one on, it has allowed us to have the standard 75mm mattress, a 50mm topper on top, which is the same one that we have on our bed at home. And then we have all our bedding up there. We still store our pillows down the end on the trapdoors of the conversion, but the result has been a very comfortable night's sleep, a very easy pack up. I'm not physically having to cram it shut. All the canvas fits in really well, and we're just much happier with this conversion and the high top. Obviously, it doesn't look as slim and as slick as the thinner version. If that's what you want to go for, then definitely, you know, if you want that really slim look, go for that slim version. But if you want the most comfortable sleep possible, I would recommend the high top. One thing to note with the slimline version is it is slightly different to our original slimline version. The ones that Oliver is making now, the bottom cap has an extra 25mm of space. So that might be just enough space for everyone to, you know, have all their bedding and everything and just get it easier pack up. So keep that in mind. So it's really just, what do you want? Do you want that really slim look, or do you want the really comfortable sleep? I think if you're doing long-term travel, you want to go for the comfortable sleep. If you don't use it as much for long-term travel, then maybe go for that really slim look. What I would probably recommend you do if you don't know which one to get is find a 75mm mattress. Probably, and Mate Swag would probably have a 75mm mattress. Someone might have one in storage, or I think it would be worth going to Clark Rubber, buying a single 75mm mattress, probably just for like $100, and sleep on it for a week on a hard floor, and see how you feel, see how you sleep. And if you're not finding you're not having a very comfortable sleep, then the 75mm mattress probably isn't for you. I would go the higher top so you can get that extra thick mattress. We've got 125mm in there at the moment, and it's just really, really comfortable. So those were the issues that we had with the tent. As I said, the owner is really receptive to feedback. He obviously doesn't want these things to happen because he wants the least amount of problems possible. He doesn't want tents coming back. And I think the cracks were probably a result of what we were doing, not necessarily a fault in the conversion itself. The latches have been fixed, they're changed. So I really think the issues in that regard have been sorted. Which leads me to what I really love about the rooftop conversion, and there is a lot to really like about this conversion. We just came back from a trip to South Australia recently, a couple of days ago, and we were on the beach camping, and I just commented to Holly quite a few times how much I love the conversion. The pitch, when it is set up, is second to none. It has the highest pitch in the market. The high pitch allows for extra room inside. Even when we've got two people standing up, there's plenty of room. You can walk right to the front of the hallway in the back of the car. When the bed is down, you can sleep with your heads at the hinge end. Other conversions, you can't do that because the pitch isn't as high. And if you don't have trapdoors at that end, then you have issues with pillows falling down. Or if you want to get up in the middle of the night with a partner, just think you have to swing your legs around. You're probably going to kick them as you're swinging your legs around. So sleeping with your heads down at the hinge end is far superior in my opinion. I love the trapdoors, the 2 trapdoors, split trapdoors. It allows you just to lift up one. That just makes sense to me. The canvas is absolutely fantastic. It's held up in really rough weather. We just got back, as I said, from a South Australian trip, and one night it was really, really windy. The awning was up, and out of all the tents that I've had so far, including the Camp King tent, this tent has performed the best in wind and in windy conditions. Besides that, the canvas is just really thick. It's dark, it blocks out the light. I love the huge windows, the airflow that you can get through the tent. So as I said, there is a lot to love about this tent. I still think it is the best on the market, in my opinion, because of those features that it has. And this whole conversion just makes the Troopy into what I think is just the best 2-person tourer you can get. In Sydney now, there is a stockist, Project Overlander, so they obviously did the build on the whole car. They are installing the rooftop conversion. I believe there is a stockist in WA as well, so just check where some stockists are. But keep in mind, this product has been very, very popular, so there is wait time. So if you've been thinking about getting it, I'd jump on in the queue and get an order in now. So all in all, we did have a few issues with the tent. I think some of those issues were our fault, and the other issues have been rectified, so I want to focus on the solutions for the issues, and I think they have been fixed. I think now that we have options with the slimline version and the high top version, if you want the really slick, slim look, go for that thinner, smaller conversion. And if you want the extra comfortable sleep, go the high top. I still think it looks absolutely fantastic. So I think there's just a few more options out there. All in all though, I love the pitch of the conversion. I love the canvas. I love the trapdoors. I just love the practicality of the conversion and what it has allowed us to do out and about around Australia. So thanks for watching this update in the rooftop conversion. We'll see you in the next one. Cheers.